Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the president of the Susan B. Anthony List, Marjorie Dannenfelser.
Just think about Patrick Henry College and Mike Pence on a Saturday afternoon. Does it get any better than this? Don't you know exactly what he means when he says, "These are my people"? I know I do. We got to listen to country music. It's going in the right direction, even when the country isn't, you know? So I am so incredibly honored to introduce my friend, the governor of Indiana, and the next vice president of the United States of America. We all feel the same way. I mean, you're going to get to know him better. You may already know him, but when he communicates with a crowd, when he is one-on-one, no matter who he is who he is, and he has that energy and enthusiasm that has ignited the ticket, that has made my work, frankly, really possible and even better than it ever was before. Our people in North Carolina, Ohio, and Florida have just knocked on their 600th door at the 600th home to discuss this ticket, and Mike Pence is added value. I think we all know that. The enthusiasm that he brings, who he is as a human being, that part that resonates in Trump's heart himself, there's something just genuinely happy about this man, and it does kind of make you ask the question, why is this man so happy? Isn't that kind of strange, you know? How could you be that happy? I think Patrick Henry College gets it. I think you know. Do you think that it's because he sleeps a lot, he eats healthy all the time, that he has plenty of time with his family, that he gets to read the books that he wants to read, that he gets to maintain his own schedule? Do you think it's because he has been a tremendous congressman, that he is talented, that he's charismatic, that he has all these great human qualities? I mean, those are great. But that's not it. He knows Jesus. This man is a servant leader. I have a great privilege. Yes. Yay for Jesus. I've had the great privilege of knowing him for quite some time through some really interesting decisions that he had to make. And he has faced those decisions with Karen and the kids, Michael and Audrey and Charlotte, as a moment of discernment about what his call is. Not what can I grasp for now, but what am I called to do? What is my vocation? What was I sent here to do? What is my purpose in life? That is very different from what is the next role that I can play to aggrandize myself. Me, me, me. This is what makes this man different. And this is why he's been, what, a pro-life trailblazer, a defunder of Planned Parenthood when it wasn't cool. We know inside that organization now some of the grotesque, horrible things that have occurred, and we know that they are the greatest provider of abortion in the nation. There was a time that was late where it wasn't known, and he was a trailblazer. And then when he became governor of the great state of Indiana, that 50th governor, my favorite thing that he did, this court's messed up with, but he led and signed into law a bill that protected the unborn disabled children of this nation. Talk about, is there a more vulnerable human being in God's creation than the disabled child in the womb? Is there one? And who should we have the first obligation to protect? Mike Pence knows who that is, and he fought hard to get it done, and it is constitutional, and along with the rest of the Bill of Rights that Hillary Clinton has assaulted, it is under, the Bill of Rights is under assault. What they say is unconstitutional is constitutional, and a rereading of the Constitution to the United States of America on Election Day is, I hope, the first thing that this ticket will do. Adding Voting Mike Pence to this ticket was also an affirmation of Donald Trump's own pro-life commitments to pro-life judges, to beginning by banning late-term abortion in this nation, high time and past time, and defunding Planned Parenthood with the best partner that you could imagine in Mike Pence. That was an affirmation of those commitments. And of course, you know that he's a well-rounded guy. He has really led in Indiana by enacting the largest tax cut in Indiana history and balancing the budget. He has promoted and pushed education choice. And I don't think you can find a more enthusiastic defender of the military in his policy and also in his home with his son, Michael, who is a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Mike Pence knows how to take on Tim Kaine. What a contrast. And he certainly does the entire ticket. There's never been a contrast in American history greater than these two tickets. So let's keep that enthusiasm going and encourage this servant leader. And I think that happiness, that joy that exudes everywhere, no matter where he is, it's not unnatural, it's supernatural. And it's beautiful, and he can be a part of the great awakening that this country deserves. So, just like in the scripture when the master asked, "What did you do with the talents that I gave you? What did you do with the coins?" And the good servant allowed them to grow. Same for Mike Pence. And I believe his master says to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you are faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come share your master's joy." And let's welcome then that joyful warrior, Governor and soon-to-be Vice President Michael Pence.
Hello, Virginia. I just have to tell you how proud I am to be able to call Marjorie Dannenfelser a friend. Susan B. Anthony would be proud to be associated with this great champion of life, and my friend of so many years. It is a joy to be with you today, to be at this great school. I want to thank Jack Hay, the president of Patrick Henry College, for your great hospitality. And I am so humbled to be able to be with you today. It was just a little more than a month ago, standing with my wife at my side, that I accepted my party's nomination to run and serve as the next Vice President of the United States of America. Now, my friend Marjorie was overly kind as usual. She knows the introduction I prefer is a little bit shorter. I'm a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican, in that order. And I served 12 years in the Congress of the United States, and I've been 4 years as governor of the great state of Indiana. But through all that time, there was one person who most personified those priorities to me, inspired me in my time in Congress. I saw him work on behalf of our values and human rights on the world stage. And he was a mentor to me and is to this day. And I just hope all of you here in Virginia know how grateful all of America is that Frank Wolf came from this place and served this nation. Frank, would you mind coming up? Thank you, Frank. You know, I joined this campaign in a heartbeat. Late night, 11 o'clock at the governor's residence, the telephone rang, and I heard that familiar voice on the phone. And he said, "Mike, it's going to be great." And I said, "Yes, because you have nominated for president a man who never quits, who never backs down. He is a fighter, he is a winner, and until very recently it seemed like he was out there fighting for the American people all on his own. But now this party is uniting, this movement is united, and we're going to elect Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States of America." You know, people ask me about this good man. They say, "What is it about him?" And I just, I'm from south of Highway 40 in Indiana. We put things pretty plain. I just think Donald Trump just gets it, right? You with me? I mean, he's a genuine article. He's a doer in a game usually reserved for talkers. And when he does his talking, he doesn't go tiptoeing around all those thousands of rules of political correctness. He says it like it is from his heart and from his mind, and the American people hear him loud and clear and know that he will make America great again. You know, the funny thing is the party in power seems kind of helpless to figure out my running mate. And of course, I'm talking about the media. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, you think about the media and the Democrats. It's like they think they all keep telling each other the usual methods are going to work, right? They think we got him this time. They keep thinking they've done him in, and then they wake up the next morning, turn on the TV, and Donald Trump is still standing, fighting for the American people, and fighting to make this country strong and great again. The man just never quits. I got to tell you, though, every day it seems like it's almost 2-on-1 out there. I get up in the morning sometimes, I got to turn on that television with a stick. I mean, you think about it. The media is so busy parsing everything Donald Trump said in the last 30 minutes that they keep ignoring what the Clintons have been doing for the last 30 years. All right? So, but, they're busy people, so let me help them out a little bit. Let me see if I can catch you up a little bit. I mean, it really is amazing to think about. I mean, we all follow the cascade of controversies and questionable conduct that just flows out of the Clinton years and experiences. Just in the last few weeks, emails came to light that seemed to provide direct evidence that favors were done by State Department officials to major donors of the Clinton Foundation. We found out the FBI several months ago tried to open up a criminal investigation in public corruption for the Clinton Foundation, but the Obama Justice Department shut them down. FBI found 15,000 more emails that Hillary Clinton didn't turn over. Judicial Watch, a great organization, just released over 700 pages of emails that show a top aide to Secretary of State Clinton gave expedited and direct access to Clinton Foundation donors. Hillary Clinton went on and did a tough interview with Jimmy Kimmel the other night. She did. She went on Jimmy Kimmel. And she joked about it. She said, what a few more She said her emails were so boring. But then we found out just in the last 2 days, all those boring emails were deleted with a software known as BleachBit, which wipes out any possibility of finding any emails. And then this morning, 7 months after a federal judge ordered the State Department to release Hillary Clinton's schedule yesterday, the Obama administration State Department said they wouldn't get around to that till after the election. Now, the Clintons' response to all of this announced that they'll no longer accept foreign or corporate donations if she's elected President of the United States. Now, let me get this straight. So it would be a conflict of interest to accept foreign and corporate donations to your foundation if you were president, but it wasn't a conflict of interest to accept foreign donations to your foundation when you were Secretary of State? You know, the American people are sick and tired of pay-to-play politics in Washington, D.C., and it's the kind of politics going to come to a crashing end the day that Donald Trump steps into the White House. We all know it. We all know Hillary Clinton should shut down the Clinton Foundation immediately, and the Justice Department should appoint a special prosecutor to get to the bottom of this thing. It's got to happen. But come November, we can set it all right. When Donald Trump becomes President of the United States, the days of this rigged system for the favored few will come to an end, and Donald Trump's only special interest will be you, the American people. So let me just say, for the sake of preserving the highest standards of integrity in the highest office in the land, let's decide here and now in Virginia that Hillary Clinton will never be elected President of the United States of America. You know, it really is extraordinary for all of the controversies swirling around the Democratic candidate. It's actually not the worst of it. The worst of it is the record, at home and abroad. 7.5 years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have weakened America's place in the world and stifled our nation's economy. It's extraordinary to think of it. Issues that Frank Wolf and I have worked on and wrestled with for years have seemed to worsen during the pendency of her time at the State Department and in the course of this administration. If you took a picture of a map of the wider Middle East in 2009 and compared it to a map of that part of the world today, you almost couldn't tell it was the same place. It's extraordinary. Terrorist attacks at home and abroad, grim and heartbreaking scenes among our allies. You know, history teaches us that weakness arouses evil. And I would submit to you that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's foreign policy of leading from behind, moving red lines, feigning resets with Russia, and paying ransom to terrorist-sponsoring states is a testament to this truth of history. Now, let me make a promise to you. When Donald Trump is President of the United States, we won't be paying ransom to terrorists or terrorist-sponsoring states. They'll be paying a price if they threaten or harm the American people or our allies. Hillary Clinton's record on foreign affairs is incredible. I mean, it was Hillary. After the American soldier won the hard-fought gains to secure a stable Iraq in 2009, it was Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama who precipitously withdrew our troops and created the very vacuum in which ISIS was able to be conjured, as it were, out of the sand to compromise those hard-fought gains. It was Hillary Clinton who instigated the president's disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran. And it was Hillary Clinton. It was Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State who left Americans in harm's way in Benghazi blamed it on a video. And when she was questioned about it, she said before a Senate committee, quote, "What difference at this point does it make?" Well, let me say, as the proud father of a United States Marine, anybody who said that, anybody who did that, should be disqualified from ever serving as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. We cannot have 4 more years apologizing to our enemies and abandoning our friends. America needs to be strong for the world to be safe. And I want to promise you, Donald Trump will lead on the world stage with American strength, and the world will be safer as a result. He will rebuild our military. He will restore the arsenal of democracy. He will bring our allies together and hunt down and destroy those who threaten our freedom and our people at the source. But if it's been a story of weak leadership abroad, it's just as weak at home. We find ourselves today in the weakest economic recovery since the Great Depression, the lowest labor force participation since the 1970s, and we have nearly 7 million more Americans living in poverty today than the day that Barack Obama became president of the United States. In fact, we all got up this morning and found out that official Washington just rounded down the last quarter's numbers. Now I think it's 1.1% growth in the economy. And Hillary Clinton's plans? More of the same. More taxes, more regulation, more Obamacare, more of the war on coal of this administration. Hillary Clinton's actually advocating more than $1 trillion in new spending, $1 trillion in new taxes, and she thinks Obamacare is just a good start. Now, when she was asked the other day how she was going to pay for all those big government programs, she actually said, and I'll quote, "I'll tell you how we're going to pay for it. We're going where the money is. We're going after the super wealthy. We're going after corporations. We're going after Wall Street." Well, judging from her speaking fees in the Clinton Foundation, she certainly knows where to find them. But you know, the only problem with her big spending, big government plan is this. As Margaret Thatcher said, the problem with socialism is you eventually run out of other people's money. You know, they tell us this economy is the best that we can do. But it's nowhere near the best that we can do. It's just the best that they can do. And when Donald Trump becomes president of the United States of America, we're going to get this economy working for all the people of Virginia, for all the people of the United States of America. Now, Donald Trump has a plan. I was there when he outlined it at the Detroit Economic Club. I hope you get a chance to look at it. Reignite our economy with 4 main areas. We're going to simplify taxes for everyone, streamline deductions, and lower taxes across the board for every American. We're going to end death taxes once and for all, and we're going to lower taxes on businesses large and small so companies in Virginia can compete with companies all over the world. On day 1 of this administration, Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order issuing a moratorium on any new federal regulation, and he'll repeal every Obama executive order that's stifling our growth in this economy. With Donald Trump as president, we're going to have a negotiator-in-chief. And the time has come for the world to be on notice. We believe in free trade in this country. But we're going to have somebody that negotiates deals that work for the American worker and the American economy first. And lastly, the day that Donald Trump and I walk into the West Wing is the day that the war on coal comes to a crashing halt. We're going to develop the resources of our land and call forth its power with an all-of-the-above energy strategy that'll drive an American economy. Now, a lot of economists are projecting great things about this agenda, but not Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton the other day said that the projections about less taxes, less regulation, ending the war on coal, smarter and tougher trade deals. She said expectations about growth were, quote, wildly unrealistic. Well, the only thing that's wildly unrealistic is electing the same people with the same bad ideas and expecting a different result. Donald Trump and I know, just like we've seen back in the state of Indiana, when you let people keep more of what they earn, you get government out of the way, you have sensible regulations, you make the right investments in roads and bridges and education, you take 3 steps back and America grows. America works, and it will again. And if I haven't mentioned it, on day 1, we'll be looking for the Congress to put some paper on our desk, and Donald Trump will repeal Obamacare lock, stock, and barrel. The last thing I want to mention to you, though, is another aspect of this election. Is as important as a strong America in the world is, as important as a stronger economy is here at home. There's one that we have in our founding documents, the liberties that are enshrined there. As this election approaches, this next president will likely, we better think about that. We ought to think about what that means to our Constitution, to the liberties that are enshrined there. Think about what it means to limited government. And I stand without apology for the Constitution, the rights enshrined there, and for the unalienable right to life.
Obviously some problems there with our signal from Purcellville, Virginia. There was a speech today by the Republican vice presidential nominee, Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana. If that signal straightens up, we'll try to take you back there live. It looks like we may have it back. Let's try to go back.
Of life, for the sake of the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, for the sake of all of our God-given liberties, let's decide here and now as well in Virginia that the next president making appointments to the Supreme Court of the United States will be President Donald Trump. You know, there seemed to be, this is just a very challenging. Politics fail that we do well to remember a simple truth, one that I was raised on. And that is that there will always be more in America that unites us than will ever divide us in these United States. I mean, I was raised to believe in that. My grandfather came to this country from Ireland. He went right through Ellis Island, took a train to Chicago, Illinois. He drove a bus for 40 years. The proudest man I ever knew. I was named after him, Richard Michael Cawley, and I bear his name, Michael Richard Pence. I cannot even imagine what that Irishman thinks looking down this country that he had the courage to come to when he was my son's age would grant our family the privilege and opportunities we've been granted. But there's a legend in our family that his mother walked him out the front door of a little two-room house that I actually visited many years ago. And she looked to the west and she said, you have to go to America because there's a future there for you. And I know in my heart that she meant more than just a future. I think she meant boundless opportunity.
Have to apologize again, signal problems there from Purcellville, Virginia. We got the majority, we hope, of the remarks from the Republican vice presidential nominee, Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana. And we'd like to hear from you on what you thought of Mike Pence and his remarks today. And what do you think of the vice presidential candidates in general, Tim Kaine and Mike Pence? And does it make a difference who the running mate is in regards to your choice for president? Those numbers on your screen, and we welcome our C-SPAN radio listeners today. Republicans, call us at 202-748-8921. If you're a Democrat, that number is 202-748-8920. Independents and all others, 202-748-8922. You can tweet us at C-SPAN or leave a comment on our Facebook page, facebook.com/C-SPAN. Helen in Greensboro, North Carolina, has been waiting patiently on hold for a few minutes. Helen, hi, you're on the air.
Yes. Donald Trump don't have a chance to win this nomination because of the news media. Donald Trump tells it like it is. I wish the American people would take him at his word. Hillary Clinton, she won't even go out and take press conferences. Everybody covers up for her. She's nothing but a crook. Mike Pence is a great man. He's of caliber. He speaks from the heart, and that's more than I can say about Tim Kaine. He brought Virginia, raised their taxes. American people need to wake up. They need to wake up.
Thanks for calling, Helen, to Tucson, Arizona. Republican caller Juanita joining us now.
Yes, hello.
Hi, go ahead, you're on.
Yes, I just wanted to let you know that thank you for this opportunity to speak on the behalf of Donald Trump. I'm a U.S. citizen born and raised in Tucson, Arizona, speaking Indian descent, and I am for Donald Trump. For the same reason the lady prior that called is because he speaks from his heart. He tells the American people what we didn't hear from previous presidents like John McCain. They didn't speak the truth. So right now, we need to stand together, united, and vote for Trump. And Mike Pence, he's a conservative, and we need that. We need a person that stands for the faith of God, and without God, we have nothing to look forward to. And also for Black people that, to hear this message that he's for them too. So I just want everybody to know that we are for Trump and go Trump. Praise God.
Thanks for calling. To Mary in Worcester, Massachusetts, on the line for Independence. Hi, Mary.
Hi, thank you so much. And I want to thank Donald Trump and Mike Pence. I've never seen a man take so many hits as Donald Trump did, and as well as from the GOP. And Donald Trump came out the strongest. It was a landslide, and it didn't matter what the mass media was saying, like 60,000 hits, like more bullets than a war vet from World War II. He stood his ground, and the people listened to Donald Trump. And that's what I started to do. I thought Jeb Bush, because he was a Roman Catholic, and the Catholics were saying, no, he's for Common Core. So I started, it was when 42 planes landed in one spot to take Donald Trump out that I started to listen to Donald Trump, and I saw why. Donald Trump is a world-class billionaire businessman. He's a generous soul, and he's representing the United States, and for $1, he's willing to work. Now, Hillary Clinton wants to bring 550% increase of Islam. The prophet of Islam is a pedophile polygamist, the same as Warren Jeffs, who's in prison today. Why would Hillary Clinton want to disarm 100 million law-abiding citizens who are registered gun owners during World War III? The Islamization, they are massacring Christians more than the first generation of Christians, the martyrdom. They're massacring innocent children, women and children. They're burying them alive. They're decapitating, they're shooting them left and right. Why would Hillary Clinton want to disarm the United States of America?
All right, we'll move on and get another viewpoint from a Democratic caller, Michael in Cleveland.
I'm on, Jeff. Hi, this is Michael from Cleveland.
Go ahead.
And I just wanted to comment. I've been a Democrat all my life, but I'm switching over to Donald.
Why is that? Michael, you with me?
Yes, I'm
you
here.
need to turn your TV down so you don't get that feedback. I think you're getting a little confused there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Why are you switching?
I'm switching over to Donald because he just seems to know what he's talking about, and I voted for Barack Obama last time, and look what he's done to the inner cities.
Okay, Michael, thanks for calling. A reminder to everybody, once you're on the air, you need to make sure that your TV is muted, or you're going to have the same problems that Michael had there, listening to the TV and hearing a little bit of that delay. So, word to the wise. John in Prospect Heights, Illinois, on the line for Republicans now. Hi, John.
Yeah, I'm a Republican. I just wanted to prove how much of a liar that Hillary Clinton is when she says that she's going to bring, of course, there's no coal mines around here, so I'm just having feelings for those people. But when there's all these coal mine towns, and she says she's going to bring all these jobs to these coal mine towns, which the only thing they ever known was coal mining, what are they going to bring, 7-Elevens and gas stations and stuff to there? How are they supposed to get these jobs there? If it's that easy to bring jobs to somewhere, why don't she just do it across the country? She's just a liar, and that's all they are, is liars. Bring the coal mining back to where they belong and let those people live. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Nancy in Northampton, Massachusetts, on the line for Independence. Go ahead, Nancy.
Yes, good afternoon. I am voting for Donald Trump. I did vote for Obama both times. My feeling about Hillary is she's not even in the 21st century. She's been running so many times. She's a has-been. I can't understand why young women, I'm from Smith College here, that she's, don't get me going, but Donald Trump, he's going to save us, I feel. I have voted for Republicans, and what I can't understand is why the hell the Republicans don't stand behind them. Don't they realize what's going on? They say history doesn't repeat itself, but I'm a history buff, and if you have all the signs, if Hillary gets in, we will have war, and this time, according to my relatives, it'll be on our soils, because they... doesn't know what war is. They went.
Nancy, you with us?
Yes, I am.
You faded
You
out
hear
there.
me?
Yeah, go ahead.
But my uncle used to put bombs in the planes in northern France, and the other one was there when they opened up Italy. And they went in with the concentration camps in towns all bombed out. And why are we fighting a war on television with these young children? The Second World War, people died, all types died, and they disappeared. This is war.
All right, thanks for calling. Let's get a Democratic viewpoint now from Neil in Tennessee. Neil, hi.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes, I've only got one comment. I am worried about my children and my grandchildren. When I listen to Donald Trump, I hear Armageddon. I hear the end. He scares me. He scares a lot of people.
Is there anything in particular that he's said that frightens you? Or just in general?
Just about everything he says about the nuclear weapons and all of it.
Okay.
And with Russia, it scares me.
All right, thanks for calling. To Glenn next in Freeland, Michigan on the Independence line. Hi, Glenn.
Hi, thanks very much. I
Sure.
just want to say about previous call, anyone who's scared by Donald Trump is either a total coward or just plain foolish. That's absolute nonsense, all this fear-mongering against Trump. That first, it's recycled garbage, the same kind of stuff they did to Barry Goldwater in '64. He wants to blow up the world. He's a racist, etc., etc. It really is low and despicable. Hillary Clinton is a total hack, a bought and paid for Wall Street establishment hack. And as one of your other previous callers said, the reason the Republicans, the establishment Republicans, are against Trump is because it's the entire establishment that's scared of a genuine outsider. They're scared of it, that a genuine outsider might get in there and their special privileges might be taken away. And that includes the media, too, and I'm not just talking about opinion journalists. And by the way, I'm not talking about your network. Your network is one of the few that actually presents things exactly as they are and doesn't try to slant or tilt or anything. But the media in general, advertisement-driven media, they're totally in the pocket of the Clinton machine, and they're totally out to elect her. And it's not just the so-called opinion journalists, it's the supposedly objective journalists. It's just a total disgrace what the so-called mainstream media is nowadays.
All right, thanks, Glenn, for your thoughts. To Jackie next, a Republican caller in California. Hi, Jackie. Go ahead.
I was a Democrat all my life, and I watched Hillary's all the TV things they had when they were having her before the hearings and her testifying, and I was appalled at everything I heard. And for years and years as a Democrat, I was hoping for somebody to come along that would change things. Everybody that I know, they talk a lot, but they don't do anything. They're all unhappy because they don't have enough money to live. They're unhappy about their children, etc., etc. Well, all of a sudden, I heard Donald Trump talk. And so I started watching him, and before the primaries, I made a quick call and changed my party to Republican. I am 75 years old. I have 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and 19 great-grandchildren. And, of course, I am concerned about all of them. What I have to say is I like all my family to tell the truth. not to lie. What do lies do? Lies bury you in more lies and more lies, and I have always preached to my family that the truth will set you free. And the little children, from the time they're little, I've always told them when they got in trouble that if they told the truth, I would not punish them, and I kept my word. Now, for any mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, any woman out there that wants their children to see the next president of our United States be someone, okay, we can't prove this, we can't prove that. One thing we have proved is that she lies.
Jackie, have we lost you there? Faded out on us. I'm sorry about that. Jackie lost that call. We'll go to Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and Rita on the line for Democrats.
Yes, I am a Democrat, but I listened to the program tonight. Anytime there was anything important on, it was blacked out. We could not hear it. And the Republicans did, or the Democrats did that. I'm a Democrat, but I'm going to be a Republican.
Okay, Rita, thanks for calling. I'm going to take you live now to Iowa and Donald Trump, the Republican presidential nominee, who's attending the second annual Joni Ernst Roast and Ride event at the Iowa State Fairgrounds.